Well, to discuss the memorial of the Endsars protests across the country, we're now joined by Pascal Odibo, a social advocate and the national convener of Unleash Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
On a day like this. With the events that unfolded today, the assault on Arise News correspondents in the line of duty, the brutalization of the Uber driver right in front of the whole world. Does it say anything about where we are 1 year after Endsars protests held?
Thank you very much for inviting me, and good evening, Nigerians. Now, I think the optics we are seeing and the images we are seeing is speaking to the fact of the issues I raised when Endsars was on a year ago. And that is, let's watch and see if in the next 1 year something will change. Now, your judgment and my judgment is clear from what you're seeing. Has there fundamentally been any fundamental change in the people and in their mode of operation? You can comfortably say nothing has changed. Because what we are seeing on television is really an embarrassment that after 1 year, we are still almost like going through the same process again. And that is why the conversation now really should be for the purveyors of this Endsars to know that Endsars was an event, but it has to now become institutionalized. And this is what I mean. The population, the youth population is about 70% of Nigeria, between 60, depending on which statistics you're looking at.
Yes.
The youth, if you're looking and hearing me this evening, you need to get involved in the policy-making architecture of this nation. If you become and you continue to be seen as perennial protesters, this will keep repeating itself. You just need to get into where you would determine the kind of structure, what you want the police to be. Let me give you an instance. The police, unlike the military, take their strength from the people. In a place that are 100 people, you will have at least 5% that will be vagrant. So the remaining 95 will say, listen, we need another 5% that will take care of this 5%. So when that 95 now comes against the 5% that is supposed to be the police loses its strength and its moral strength to hold forth. And so police need to be careful because their strength comes from our collective agreement that they need to police the state. So when a policeman catches a thief, we say, take him to jail. But when a policeman catches a thief and people now say, leave him alone, then the police has a problem.
All right, let me stay on that line, that Arise journalists were harassed. The Commissioner of Police, of course, on national television, Odumosu, he has apologized, which is all right. But this high-handedness, from what I have seen and watched, seems to be prevalent among the lower cadre. I have dealt with, some of the, top ones. Where is the disconnect, and what's your suggestion as to how this can be really tackled? Because we must not only talk the problems, but the solutions.
No, I totally agree with you. One of the things I thought that government will have done as part of the gains, and I'm going to talk about it if there's time to talk about the gains of Endsars, is to recruit the youth. You need to infiltrate the police with the quality and caliber of the youth into the system. There is very limited capacity building. When I was younger, I used to run an NGO called, it was for the police. I think I came on the national television and said, listen, you know what? I would not be able to be a policeman because you cannot be stopping vehicles on the road. At that time, they weren't wearing all these body armors and stuff like that. The police are not properly equipped, neither are they properly trained. And what I mean by training, I'm not talking about operations. I'm talking about a holistic psychological training. And that was one of the requests of the Endsars people, that these guys needs to go through some kind of psychological and re-engagement. Now, put it this way. all the requests of Endsars people, and that's why I hold the youth a little bit accountable. We are all tokenisms.
How do you mean?
5 of them. Check all of them out. Bring the people that committed, that killed our people to justice and pay them money. Scrap SARS.
Disband SARS.
Disband SARS.
Yes, reform the police.
Take the only one that was a little bit long, at the long term, was reform the police.
Yeah.
All those things government could have done. In fact, government did them overnight. They just change you from SARS to SWAT. And if the government lacks money, they'll go print money and give the people. The point I'm making here is that the demand of the Endsars people, and this is where I'm talking about institutionalizing Endsars, is for you to now get into political systems now and flawed political system.
Mobilize the same
Mobilize
energy
yourself.
and
The
not
same
just on
strength,
social media.
The same strength you have shown today, the same resilience you've shown today, you must now harness yourselves into a political party. 2023 is around the corner.
Yep.
When you dominate it, swarm it, you will determine what will be the outcome.
So you're re-echoing what the U.S. has advised the Nigerian youth to take political approach to addressing their demands. But how can they now get involved in the politics? How can they get their foot in with the system the way it is? Very quickly.
A lot is playing up. A lot of politicians are coming up. I think it was Professor Kingsley Mawere that I heard the other day that said, I have an agenda for the youth. They should go and read it. If they believe in him, if they believe in his manifesto and what he's talking about, queue behind him, follow him up, and hold him accountable. And do not allow politicians that have too much money to lead you. You will not hold them responsible. That is why one of the things that people should look out for in those who are going to lead us should be, this person, is he campaigning? Is he asking for money from the people? Because when you take 10,000, 5,000, 100,000, 1 million of 1 million people, they will hold you accountable.
Like Oscar Cortez did in
That's the way
America.
it works.
I will stop
That's
it
the
there.
way it works.
Pascal Odibo, social advocate, and build generation, greater nation,
Unleash
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Nigeria, yes.
Thank you so much for
Thank
being on the
My
program.
pleasure.